Time for it's a very emotional moment, this link. Very emotional, as the runners and the riders vie for the keys to number 10. Its current resident held his final cabinet meeting.
Okay.
Boris Johnson presented with first edition copies of Winston Churchill's books on the Second World War as a gift from his ministers. During the meeting, the Prime Minister defended his legacy in Downing Street.
We had the fastest vaccine rollout of any major economy. We were able to achieve the fastest economic growth last year of the G7. Today, we have unemployment at or near record lows. Who can doubt that we were right to be the first major economy to go for net zero?
It's almost like he knew he was being filmed. Johnson was criticised for flying a Typhoon jet at an air show as the government faced a no-confidence vote in the Commons, which, of course, he went on to win. So does Boris deserve to kick back in cruise control for the next 7 weeks, or should he be keeping his hand on the throttle, Aisha? It's a curious time, isn't it?
It is a very curious time. I mean, I, for one, just cannot wait for the day that the removal men arrive at Downing Street. I mean, Nadine Dorries will be fighting them all the way as she refuses to concede. She'll be fighting Carrie. Carrie will be like, we want to leave. She's like, no, you're still here, you're still here. I think when the history books are written, he will go down as the worst Prime Minister this country has ever had. Lazy, dishonest, incompetent, immoral, a narcissist, a chancer. Absolutely terrible. He has demeaned his office. He's broken the law. Even this weekend, when this extreme weather COBRA meeting was taking place, he's busy partying down at Chequers. The guy is an absolute waste of space. And do you know what? He had it all. He had it all. He had an 80-seat majority. Wow. He had the civil service machine behind. He had everyone behind it, and he still massively messed it up. What an idiot.
Let's get a critical view. JJ.
Listen, as I keep hearing, he got the big calls right. OK, so we should be thanking Boris. He should be getting
a kind of mantra, that.
He got the big calls.
Vaccine rollout. Got the big calls right, red or white. I mean, it's very difficult for, like, wine o'clock, isn't it?
I want to see the back of him, but ultimately, he's got no real power left. So let him do his little parties, let him do his farewell tour, and then he'll be gone. 7 weeks is nothing, plus the recess.
But what about the whole, you know, I'm still going to be in charge, I'm still going to be delivering the mandate of government? Is the mandate of government to fly like a Spitfire plane and miss all these essential votes and have a big party at Chequers?
Because, look, that's the big trade mission.
He's absolutely taking the mick out of these last days in office. And I honestly, I have to disagree with you. Nadine Dorries is not going to be fighting the removal men. She's going to be lying down in front of the removal truck so they can't drive out of Downing Street at all.
All of you Boris haters, enough already. The thing is that Boris Johnson will be remembered, I think, as the Prime Minister who threw it away. I certainly don't think that he's a contender for the worst ever. We have plenty of people that we can shove in that department.
No, we genuinely don't.
Yeah,
he is the worst Prime Minister. He is the worst Prime Minister on record.
If you hate Boris Johnson, then you want him out, and I get it. And
No, I mean, I saluted his huge victory against Jeremy Corbyn. I thought, wow, he's going to be in for 3 terms. It actually takes a certain amount of skill. I've worked in the civil service. I've worked in Downing Street. To mess it up on that level takes some skill.
But I don't think that necessarily makes him a bad Prime Minister, because we had Prime Ministers that took... I mean, for Gordon Brown was an abominable Prime Minister. Theresa May was an abominable Prime Minister. Absolutely not true,
Boris Johnson. That's not true about Gordon Brown.
Well, that's your opinion, but I think that he was terrible.
Well, let's look at a proof point. For example, the global financial crisis.
Awful.
He has been seen as doing...
to that like no other leader in the world.
At all. That is absolutely not true.
Well, it is, because
it was global. It was a global financial
it's global.
crisis.
Nothing to do with Gordon Brown, nothing to do with all the changes he made, nothing to do with him selling the gold, which cost the country a fortune, nothing to do with the fact that he had no idea what he was unleashing on the financial markets.
We are talking about Boris Johnson here. Did he break the law?
Yes.
No. Did he absolutely disgrace himself?
Yes.
No. Has he completely demeaned his office? No.
What, Gordon Brown?
Yeah.
All of those things.
Tell me, what law did he break?
Gordon Brown just demeaned the nation.
Let's stick with the facts. What law did he break?
I don't think that matters about that. It's whether he was a good or bad Prime Minister. But I think the point about Boris Johnson is that he is going to sit there for a while, and we just had to let him go.